Alrighty then. Go ahead, Tristan.
Alright, what's up guys? So, we obviously have a new guest here today. This is my brother.
Jake, what's up? Is that weird?
Awkwardly.
Okay, what about
Tell us about your some of your hobbies, those 3 funny numbers on the back of your credit card. No, yeah, so I'm on vacation, I'm here.
We were talking about why some people would pay $100 for a t-shirt or more.
600.
Yeah.
7,000.
And why some people think that that's ridiculous and other people think that that's reasonable. So,
we got 3 topics that we want to cover. The first one is status. The second
status.
one is...
Stop doing that.
I forgot what the second one was.
The second one's quality.
Alright, and then
The
the
second, wait.
third, I believe, is self-expression or like being distinguishable.
So we've got status, quality, and self-expression, reasons why people might pay like $500 for a t-shirt.
Alright, so take it away with number 1.
Alright, so as far as status goes, let's talk about what is status. Status is displaying a certain, marketability of yourself, some people might want to pretend that they're at a higher level of society or give off that appearance, so they wear clothes that cost more than they can afford, or like basically it's what they can afford. And maybe for other people they want to have status because they don't want to like get bullied in school or like be an outcast in their social groups. Around here, like a lot of the girls wear Louis Vuitton bags and Chanel bags, and I feel like if you were in a group and you were rocking your like Target bag, they might like shun you out of their group. So I feel like there's probably a lot of different reasons you might want status. I think that's an obvious reason why some people might pay more for clothes or fashion accessories or things like that. If your shirt says Gucci on it, people are like, wow, like I must either make a lot of money or like be blowing every dime he has on his clothes.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting because this topic particularly has been blurred a little bit with in the past couple of years. Back like several years ago, it was kind of you didn't have the Supremes and stuff like that, kind of like the brands for the middle class. It was kind of just more you had these lower brands, the Old Navy's, Gaps, JCPenney, stuff like that, and then you had these monsters on top, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, a bunch of stuff like that, the really high ones. And you didn't really have somebody in the middle where, people from that lower economic group could kind of dress the same as some of the higher class people. But with Supreme and stuff like that, other like hypebeast streetwear brands, people, if they're quick enough, they're able to get in and get stuff before resell, which allows them to get these items that are then going to be priced comparable to some of the Gucci items and other high-end designers.
Yeah, and even like sneakers, you see the Off-White collaborations with Nike, and like those retail for like $200, which is like, and kind of expensive sneaker, but like
it's still expensive. But if you get in before that resell, it's a crazy difference. Like it's a huge gap between.
Yeah, where like the Off-White Chicago's are like $1,000. So if you get in and get a $200 pair, you're rocking like high fashion sneakers at that point for $200.
So I think that's a kind of like an interesting category, how it's changed so much.
Yeah, and it almost means like, maybe it means like style is coming into part of that status equation. Maybe it's not just the brands or anything, but it's like the style of the goods. So second, quality. You want to tackle that one? I know you do quality reviews.
Yeah, we haven't done a quality review in a while. But yeah, so quality, hopefully there's going to be a difference in quality between like a $10 t-shirt and a $100, $600, $1,000 t-shirt, Hopefully there's going to be a difference in quality between that. But obviously the materials that go into it and the amount of difference between the quality is not going to account for that drastic change in price.
It's definitely not a linear progression. It's not like dollars spent equals higher quality along a straight line. It's more like exponential. It's like
like you can only
expect exponential dollars for that quality.
Yeah, I mean like a shirt can only like get so nice, Like what are you doing, like attaching gold bricks to make it cost $1,200 or something,
I mean, you can get like silk stuff and stuff like that,
but there's definitely a cap, and there's there's also a price for that, a manufacturing price and like a resale price and stuff like that, It's definitely just the status, the brand, the brand name, you're paying for the hype, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think another interesting part of the quality is like when you have a better or like a more expensive item, you're going to take better care of that. So you'll notice the quality a lot longer than something that you just beat every day. Like, I don't know, I noticed that first when I went from buying like gas station sunglasses to owning Ray-Bans, where it's like, all right, now I'm keeping my sunglasses in this case and like not throwing them all over the place and actually like, not losing them every couple months. So like, I think you definitely notice that you take better care of things when you like are making an investment in them.
When I started buying Supreme and stuff like that, the first couple pieces I got, and for like the longest time, I even still keep like some of the more special pieces like stored separately from everything and like in their own packaging, apart from the rest of my wardrobe. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. I have some Cause Sesame Street tees, and those are just beaters because they're like $10. But you won't see me like out on a super hot sunny day like walking several miles in like a Supreme tee, especially one I like. But yeah, catch me in that like any day this summer.
The final thing we're going to touch on is self-expression. This I think is like a really big one, and it could like vary a lot depending on who you are. I think the people that like say, why would you spend $500 on a t-shirt are really not going to understand this. Well, maybe to an extent, but like I think when you are making a big investment in clothing, you're really passionate about it, you're not just doing it for the hype, like you're considering this as a piece of art basically. It's like buying an original artwork, and you want to display this as part of your everyday, because like clothing is a way to express yourself every day. Like what you wear and the way you wear it is like total self-expression. Like it's a choice you make that like expresses you all day long. So like it's pretty cool to like understand a designer and like them as an artist and like wear that piece of clothing as like an outfit, and like I think you're like putting your own twist on their art. So it's like a little bit of a remix.
I think like maybe my first year of high school or maybe like the end of middle school, one of my friends bought a Supreme Levi's jacket, and we were all like roasting them. We were like, dude, why'd you spend like your whole summer's worth of wages lifeguarding on one jacket? Like that's crazy. I'd never do that. And then like catch me now doing all this stuff, like buying all these expensive clothes and whatnot. But yeah, it's interesting to see how people's views can change on this. But another thing is just like maybe if you want to set yourself apart from a group, you search out these different brands to maybe not fit in with them.
So it's like the opposite of the status we were talking about earlier, kind of. You're trying to like stand out from the
crowd. It could still be status. It's just kind of making yourself more of an individual rather than just another cog in the machine.
I think as far as the self-expression part goes, and like buying a $600 white tee or something like that, I think that's just like kind of an extreme example we've been using. But maybe you have like one piece in your collection that's like, I don't know, maybe you have some designer shoes or something like that, like some Gucci Aces or something like that.
Burberry scarf.
Or Burberry scarf. You can like rock it with a bunch of other pieces that are just like essentials pieces. And then it's like the way you want to style it, You don't have to like drop a ton of money on your whole outfit. You might just like want that one piece that really pops. And then it becomes really expressive, I think. How do you close these things out?
It varies. That's pretty much it from here. You have any shout outs, want promotions or anything?
It's cold in Phoenix.
Support the troops on behalf of Alex, who's not here. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching.